Hey folks, welcome back. Enrique Suave here, and today we're going to actually show a compilation of all of the videos we did last month. If you remember, last month we decided to do a video for every single ghost, every single day. And you can see here in the list, we essentially kept going until we got every single ghost. And these videos essentially are the ghost itself, how we found it with the evidence, and then the abilities of that ghost. And so if you need to get to know a ghost, first of all, these videos individually are great. You can take a look at them. They'll always be there for you. But today, I thought we'd do a compilation of all of these. And that way you can just quickly get to what you need and have all of it in one spot. So I'm going to go ahead and get this going. And hopefully this helps. And this journey was really awesome. I really enjoyed learning more about each ghost and testing all the different abilities out and so forth. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you later. Also, for any of you that care about this kind of stuff, these are the stats that I took down for all of the hunts that it took me to get all of the videos. And you can see here we had a total of 107 different rounds to play, of which you can see we only got a Goryo one time, Aswang one time, Wraith and Jinn one time. I was really surprised. But then other ghosts, like the Banshee, I got more than anything else. The Gallu, look how many shades I got. Poltergeist, Onis, Thays. So it was just, I thought it would be cool to kind of track this just because I like stats and I like to see how things broke down. And it was just, it was a cool experience. So hopefully you guys appreciate this extra data here. I think this is probably pretty even distribution for those that like statistics, but it was still real interesting. All right, here's the ghost. Did you see that? It just ended. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, we gotta go. Ooh, I got chills. So, you definitely do not have to close the door for the hunt to end. Did we mark it? Hold on. Oh my goodness. Okay. Awesome. It started the hunt slower than normal, and then we led it to a locker, which is an official hiding spot. And it has to see you go in there, so it chases you all the way up to the locker. And essentially, if you kept going past this point, it comes back. It starts the next hunt at that locker, and there's no cooldown time. There's no grace period. The hunt starts immediately. They say that this ghost likes the chase, and so it likes to hunt you up to a locker. And anyways, it's a cool thing. So anyways, I'm glad you guys were here. We'll see you later. Oh, it's that room. It's the master. Okay. It closed me in here. Jesus. Jeez, that's scary. Another singing event. This is very Banshee-like. What? Oh, it's a baby ghost too. Jeez. I'm leaning Banshee big time? Big time. But I would love to hear a scream from the Banshee. Okay, listen to that. Now look. Paranormal scream. This is a Banshee. There you go. That's exactly what I mean. So there are certain sound effects that are only made by a Banshee, and it will call it a scream in your sound recorder thing here. Now you can imagine, if you heard that on the parabolic, you might think it's a scream. Maybe it's not. Listen. It's crazy. But I've heard laughing, I've heard moaning, I've heard some other things that are very similar. But this declares the word scream, which means it has to come from a Banshee. And there we go. Dayan, Obake, Raiju. Okay. Oh. It's fast. This is probably a Raiju. Raijus are fast around electronics. But if it's really slow, Outside of that, it might be a Dayan, actually. Dayans are slower if you're not moving. They're faster. Oh. Excuse me. Now when this hunt starts again, if it's walking slow, I'm not going to move. It's a Dayan. Here we go. Clump, 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 clump. Hear that? Now watch this. See, it's faster. I'm moving. It's faster. No, I'm going to slow down. Clump, 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 clump. See? It's a Dayan, y'all. Okay, so what happened there was I thought it might have been a Raiju at first because it sped up, but I remembered that Dayans, they move faster if you're moving, and they move slower if you're not moving. A lot of people like to get inside a locker and listen for the steps and then move around in the locker, just in the locker, but move your body so that way the Dayan speeds up. It's like you cause it to speed up, and that's how you can test for a Dayan, but that was perfect. You guys saw that there, so. Y'all.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
Well, there you go. That's how demons work. They can kill you at any time. And look, I just got the ability. He killed me within the first minute. Wow. This is the crazy thing. I've waited 380 something hours in this game for that to happen. That's how rare that is. That is a demon, y'all. I was so starstruck I didn't have time to mark it in my book. Okay, so the key is a demon can hunt you at any time it wants to. At any sanity. So even if you're at 100% sanity, the moment you walk in that door, you can get killed right then. And that killed me so fast. When I heard it, if you notice, I didn't walk away from it. Because I was like, either this is an event that doesn't matter, that's irrelevant, or it's a demon to which I need to show what a demon is. So that's perfect. There you go. That's a demon's special ability. It can hunt you at any time, any sanity, excuse me. And I just got hunted in the first minute. Oh, I'm so glad you guys were here. We'll see you later. Bye. Deogen Phantom Yokai. Okay. But when it randomly hits the heart, it's over. There it is. Hear how fast it is? And now look. Super slow. This is a Deogen, ladies and gentlemen. They know where you are at all times. So when the hunt starts, they come straight at you. But then they're super slow. So here's the problem with them. If you don't have a place to loop them, you might get stuck in a corner and they just come straight at you and you don't have a smudge or something to get rid of them, you know. So this is why I like this looping table so much. This is a great example. You just loop them, and like if I was here, I'd be stuck, right? But I can smudge it. It'll be okay. I want you to just hear a sound that it makes that's unique to the Deogen.
A young assailant.
Close to a bustling name.
A young assailant. Hold it here in the loop.
To kill him.
Yeah, right there. That is only a Deogen. So if you ever get that right off the bat or anything, that breathing is a Deogen every time.
Tragic death.
I think what we have is a Gallu. There we go. So listen. Can you tell it's a little slower? Or a little faster? Okay. If you can tell it's a little slower than it was last time. and it's because it's not enraged anymore. Last time. Now watch this. No sands to enrage it. Listen. Oh, what's wrong? Did I drop my lighter? Oh no, it's a Gallu. It's a Gallu. It's a Gallu. It's a Gallu. Okay, good. I already marked it. I guess I dropped my lighter because I couldn't light the smudge. Well, that stinks. Well, that's okay. That's okay because that was great. Because okay? So let's talk this through. Early on in the hunt, or when you're trying to find it, you want to put salt down, and if it only hits one salt or two very, very close salts, then you're probably looking at a Gallu, because any other ghost would hit the other salts, right? So this is a pro tip. Always put your salts to where you think the ghost would have to take 2 seconds to hit both of them. And I've actually started putting one down and actually waiting 2 seconds and then putting a second one down after it gets hit. So I know for sure that it's not a Gallu that accidentally hit two of them. If it's enraged, meaning it hit one salt and it's ready to hunt, then it's faster, like the first two hunts. If it's not, there's no salt to hit and it hunts, it's slower, just like it was the third time. That was perfect. So the rule with a Goryo is you do have to be outside of the room and looking in through a camera lens. I'd rather just triple check it this way. Let's just triple check. Oh, Dots Ghost, there it is. God, there it is, y'all. Here, I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna get double coverage here. We know we have Dots Ghosts. We know that's part of it. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna turn this off. And then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna sit here and look. If that ghost shows up at all on this camera lens, and I don't see it in real life, naked eye. There it is. See? It was in the camera lens. It was not in my naked eye. It's a Goryo, y'all. I don't need anything. I don't need anything else. Yes. Okay. We got to see the Goryo ability. That was awesome. It's already marked. Let's go. So again, if you didn't catch that, the Goryo ghost will appear on a video camera screen. It will not appear to the naked eye. So if you're looking directly at the room, it will only show up on that little viewfinder, the little square of the, what you can see on the video camera, not the actual screen. And there we go. We got a Goryo. Sweet. There we go. What? Oh, it changed its speed. It's a Hantu. Did you hear how it started fast and then suddenly it was slow? Now look at it. Look, it got slow in his room all of a sudden. Okay. We have a Hantu. A Hantu, if the breaker's off, a Hantu will show its breath. It's the only ghost that breathes breath. It's hard to say. See, once the breaker's off, the whole house starts getting cold. So it's going to be faster than normal. But I want you guys to see the breath coming out of it. So it's pretty cool to see if you've never seen it. Look, it was breathing breath on the ground there. See that? There, it puffed it again. Puffed it again. See that? That's not normal. Other ghosts cannot do that. We're running. Very first hunt, if you rewind this, you'll hear the shift in speed of the hunt that it was doing the first time. It started fast, then it got slower. And that's because it went to a room that was warmer. A Hantu's speed is based on the temperature of the room. So, but then it's the only ghost with the breaker off that shows puffs of smoke coming out of its mouth. I wish it wasn't a crawling ghost. because you couldn't see him quite as clear, but if you rewind this, you'll see these little puffs of smoke coming out of her mouth. We're just going to have to figure this ghost out like we had no evidence, which is fine. Here we go. Sounds pretty normal. Oh. 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 What was that little shuffle it just did? Did it just dash at me? Let's try again. I want to see if it's going to dash at me. Oh, really? See, it says a Jinn will travel at faster speed if its victim is far away. So a Jinn has a temporary dash to get to shorten the gap between it and you. And normally I like to be in a straightaway like that, so I can have it come around a corner on one side, and I can see it go like dash at me. Because it sounded normal. Y'all, I think we have a Jinn. And guess what? This is our final ghost. Oh my god. I think our Jinn is done. Come on. Come on, Jinn. Come on. Yes. Okay. That's it. This is our final ghost now. So for a Jinn, a couple things to remember. One, it never turned the breaker off. So Jinns cannot turn a breaker off. So that's one thing to always keep in mind. If you're ever playing and a breaker goes off, you can just say, nope, it's not a Jinn. But also, a Jinn has a dash temporarily just to get closer to you. Unlike a Revenant, which will dash and just continue to dash and be fast, a Jinn is just fast to get closer, and then it starts its normal speed up line of sight. So that is wonderful. It's a Kormos. Watch us. I'm gonna go over here and not move. Look, he just walked away. We have a Kormos, y'all. It was moving faster because it gets a sprint when it sees you. Or when it hears you, excuse me. Here, we're gonna hunt one more time. I also want to try to do something. What if I stand right here, down the hallway, so it'll either come right at me or it won't, you know? That makes sense? Right here in this corner. Here we go. Once it sees me, if it comes straight at me, we know. We should hear heartbeat when we see it. There it is. There it is. There, oh, it was looking right at me and left. Y'all, we have a Kormos. Look at that. Look at that. We have a Kormos. That was great. That was great. So the key with the Kormos is you want to get somewhere that it's going to see you for sure, and that you don't move. Oh, that was neat. And we basically did that with one evidence. Oh, that was great. Let's do it. Oh man, so awesome. That's such a good example of like, it's looking at me, the heartbeat is going, so you know it can see you, and then it just leaves. So cool. Alright, I'm glad you guys are here. We'll see you later. Bye. Let's drop that there, and let's look for ghost orbs. Do we have any ghost orbs? Turn off this light switch? It did. Y'all. That's what a mare does. is it turns it off almost immediately after you do it. We've had 2 of those so far. Wow. Okay. Let's turn everything off. Ghost riding. Okay. Ghost riding is a mare. I mean, it's part of a mare.
Found far from their home.
Okay, y'all. Look. See how fast it turned it off? Oh my god. Y'all, it's a mare. Look. If I do Spear Box and I do Ghost Riding, mare's on the list. I'm telling you, 3 lights have been turned off immediately. I have chills right now. I don't even want to do anything else. It's a mare. We've had too many lights turn off. Back to back. Oh, it's a mare. Let's do this. Thumbs up, let's do this. If it's something else, I'm going to be really disappointed. There it is. I just want you to hear the cadence of the footsteps. Here we go. Look how slow he is. Look how slow he is. Just listen. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here's my sanity. Almost half. Almost 50, right? Okay. So now, once this breaks, we're getting right inside the hunt this thing. Okay, our sanity's gone. Now listen. Look how much faster he is. So his speed is based upon our sanity. And look, we have no sanity based. Listen how fast he is. He's so scary when he's fast. This hunt's lasting a little longer because it's a cursed hunt because it came from the mirror. So fast. Alright, let's get out of here. So if it's a Myling, we will barely hear it. It'll be actually hard to hear. I don't hear anything. Do you hear anything? Wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Look at the 13:19 on my phone or my watch. This is probably a Myling. So quiet. I didn't even know the hunt started, other than the blinking lights. Oh. Is it hunting? It is hunting. Okay. It's a Myling. It's just too quiet. Just too quiet. Both times I had no idea it was hunting. That's how quiet it is. That's a Myling, yo. So yeah, that's the big tell on a Myling, is that the hunt will have started, but if you're far enough away, like you don't hear footsteps, you don't hear nothing. The Obake, really the only way to know about that is either fingerprint, a UV fingerprint, so we'll look for that. And also it will shapeshift during the fight. So the hunt. So as you're being hunted, it will shapeshift in front of you. It's pretty crazy to see, actually. Oh, did it just stand up? I think I just saw a shapeshift. Oh, it just changed. Yeah, you saw it. It was an old lady. So always bend down and move around this table. Wait for lights to go off. Wait for lights. Changed to old lady again. So cool. Oh, oh no. How'd she not get me? Okay, y'all, that's an Obake. We could have found it through ultraviolet if it left a handprint or a thumbprint, but we found it through the shape-shifting, and basically, like every 5th blink it does, boom, 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 it'll be a different ghost. And we saw it downstairs when it was crawling, and for just a split second it stood up, and you might have to reverse this or rewind this to see what that looked like. But I caught it at the glimpse of my eye, and I'm like, oh, let me triple check. And then that time she was the young lady or the younger lady, and then she shapeshifted to the old lady for just a second. Definitely have an Obake here. Here. Oh, did you hear that? Window knock. Oh, y'all! Y'all! Obake handprint. I don't have to do anything else. Obake handprint, y'all. Look how many fingers. That's too many. Wow. Okay. We're leaving. Okay, so we have dots and we have ultraviolet. We know it's not a Banshee because a Banshee can only be a girl. So we actually know it's an Obambo. Here's what we're going to do. I want you to hear the difference in the speed. Here we go. Hear that? It's faster than normal. Click, 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 click. That's too fast. Listen. Clunk, clunk, clunk. He turned to slow. Did you hear that? By the time we hunt the next time, he should be fast. There we go. Oh, there we go. Faster. Click, 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 click. So hopefully that makes sense. The Obambo, unfortunately, the only way to identify it is during a hunt. And you need to listen at the start of that hunt. It will always be a little fast or a little slow. It's never the normal speed, ever. And then when it starts slow or fast, you're waiting to see if you can hear that shift in the speed. And if it shifts mid-hunt, you know it's an Obambo. It does have line of sight speed up, so don't be confused if it's slow and then builds up its speed. That's different. We're looking for that shift from fast to slow. So, anyways, I hope this helps. There it is. Okay, so we have freezing temperatures and dots. Oni, Aswang, or Yurei. Very interesting ghost to have. The Oni is really easy to see in the hunt. It's almost always available. It barely blinks. Look out. It's a little faster than I expected. So not an Aswang. Aswang's got to start slow. It was pretty visible. I'm feeling Oni so far. There it is. See? Fairly visible. The blinks are not that... And he has normal speed up. Alright folks, that's an Oni for sure. Very, very visible during the hunt. The ghost still has to blink a little bit, but yeah, that's an Oni. Okay, so we have worms and we have spirit box. Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to, I want to move everything out of the way. I want to show you how an Onryo tests work close. And we'll see what we got. We're going to put the cross right in the middle. Okay. Okay. So essentially an Onryo will hunt after the third candle is blown out. So if we get one candle blown out, and then another, and then another, and then the cross goes off, we know we have an Onryo. Okay, after the other one goes out, do we get a hunt? See, Onryos don't like firelight. So their tell is they blow them out, and after the third one they blow out, they hunt. Oh, there it is! There it is, folks! Okay. Now, let's just triple check. That could be coincidence, right? Two, oh. And there it goes, and it hunts right after 3. It's so an Onryo. If I can't take a picture of the ghost... Okay, so let's talk phantom for a second. If it's a phantom, when I take a picture and I look at my book, it will not... Oh. It will not be there. So, for example... Let's do this and this. Let's see if we can get a dots pick. Just like this. And we're going to see if the ghost is in the picture. Now watch this, watch this. Look at that picture. There's no ghost there. There's no ghost. So I'll show you again. When you go to take the picture, the ghost immediately disappears from the picture. That's how you can tell you have a phantom. Give me... Oh. Okay. Look again. Notice it says dots ghost in both of these. They're both blank. Y'all, we don't have to do anything else. We have a phantom. Here it comes. Notice I didn't see it around that corner for a while. Actually, I didn't even know which way it was going to go around the table. Look at the lack of visuals. Jeez. You barely see this. Handprint on the window. So we have UV. We'd like to see it throw something really hard so we know it's a poltergeist. I kind of want to have this ready. Oh, look at all those. Did you see them all at one time? Y'all. That's a poltergeist. Only a poltergeist can do multiple like that at one time. When you make a group of stuff, I don't know how it changes the likelihood, but if it interacts with one of these things, it'll blow it all up at one time. So we're just going to see if we can get lucky. I'll show you guys a Polty Bomb. Oh, so many things at once. You see that? Oh, man, that's so cool. I'd still like to see these explode. Come on. Come on, guy. Make him go. Make him go. That was so cool. Oh, there it is. That's so neat. Okay, let's go. Oh, there's the crawly ghost. Look at it. So gross. So gross. Okay. So here's what we need to do. We need to set up a plan. It's running fast. The only one in here that can run fast is a Raiju. Everything's turned off. Okay. It really should have no reason to be fast this time. Our Raiju can speed up around electronics. But I've eliminated all the electronics in there. So now it should sound normal. Here we go. Listen to it. Normal speed. Totally normal speed. Hear how it's hitting my hear how my sound is going. It's a Raiju. Totally. Okay, let's go. So Raijus not only are faster on electronics, but they have a heartbeat that's louder than normal, and it's like hitting the speakers. It's like the dubstep sound in songs. It's like brum brum brum. It's like really loud. So that helped us both see that was a Raiju. Not cool. We're only trying to find the ghost, so I'm not trying to do a perfect run or anything. But we might as well have all of these. And we'll eliminate these ghosts by how the hunts go. I'm lowering my sanity. It's really slow. Sounds like a Revenant. A Revenant will be really fast once it sees me, but really slow until it does. Should dash right at me. There it is. And there's a Revenant, y'all. There is the Revenant. Alright, we know what we got. Okay, so on that one, a Revenant always starts slow. It was like dunk, 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 dunk. And then the moment it actually sees you, it dashes. And it's as long as it's seeing you, it's non-stop dashing over and over and over and over and over. That's how we determine a Revenant. Okay. We have EMF 5, you heard the beeping, and we have Ghost Riding. Myling, Shade, Spirit. Excuse me. Okay, these are all crummy to have to find. We're gonna need a hunt to happen. And a Shade will only do activity with you out of the room. If you're in the room, it won't do things like write in a book, like the Ghost Writing book or something. So actually, this is a test that I like to use for this situation. Let's bring that. I'll bring that, and I'll bring. I guess a cross couldn't hurt. So it's here, right? We know it's here. Yet it won't write in this book. I find that so interesting. We know we have ghostwriting. It should be doing ghostwriting. I'm in the room. Now watch this. The kitchen's not the room, right? Look at that. Look. It's a shade, y'all. It's a shade, y'all. It's a shade. When you're in a room like that and you're just like, man, nothing's happening. Like, I'm not getting any evidence. Nothing. And I had the light off even for most of that beginning time. Totally a shade. And I like to use the ghostwriting book as the clear, definitive. I'll put it close to the line of the room that I'm in, and then I'll walk out of that room, and suddenly it starts writing in that ghost. I'm like, there you go. Ghostwriting. This ghost I'll know by the hunt. This ghost I'll know by the hunt. This ghost I'll know by the hunt. Mare and Spirit are the most boring ghosts to get hunted by. And a Spirit has a 3-minute timer once it hunts you. Okay. Seems normal. Not enough things thrown to be a poltergeist. It has line of sight speed up. Okay. Now we smudged it. 8 minutes 32 seconds, so we probably smudged it like 15 seconds ago. So if it hunts before 11:32, hold on, I have some time. Then we know it's not a spirit. Now here we go. About 11:25. Interesting. So that waited 3+ minutes to hunt me. There it goes. 11:51. Okay. 12:09. 12:09. It's gonna be a long wait. Don't worry, I'll edit it out. But if we get to 15:09 and it doesn't hunt me by then, it's a spirit. 1. It's doing an event. Oh, it brings it across. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave actually. I know what it is. No ghost with that little sanity would wait that long. Twice. That was 2 hunts in a row that it waited 3+ minutes to hunt me. Nah. So unfortunately, that's your only tell on a spirit. During the hunt, it's totally normal. Everything else, it's totally normal. I would even say, in my experience, it's a little more docile than, other ghosts. It's just not very active typically, but that's not a official thing. But it won't hunt you under 3 minutes after being smudged. We've got orbs and ghost riding. Mare, Revenant, Thaye. A Thaye is faster or slower depending on if you're in its room a lot, which we are in its room right now. We really need a hunt to happen. That's actually what we need to do. I don't even want anything else. We just need to get a hunt going. But we need to stay in the room. Ooh, that's a tricky thing. I want to stay in the room a little bit because we need to age the Thaye. Okay? So again, the idea is that the Thaye gets older the longer you're in the room. And if you're in there forever with it, it'll actually start the hunt really slow and will never speed up. So that's pretty cool, right? All we're doing is we're aging our Thaye, if it's a Thaye. I hope it's a Thaye. Hope you guys get to see a Thaye. Turn far right. Let's just sit and wait. Look, look. Look, no speed up. None. I keep getting caught on chairs, that's why it's catching up to me. But look at this. No speed up. This is a Thaye. True and true. I'm so glad we did that. And that's so slow because we stood in its room for so long. Oh, it is freezing. Dang. Okay. Well, we just figured out a lot of stuff. Let me get out here just for a second. Okay. Wait. Okay. Let me look at something here for a second. So anytime you get a Hantu, you have to be careful. Because, I mean, if we got ultraviolet, and we got freezing, and we got ghost orbs, we should be at Hantu. But think about it, folks. Don't we have one less evidence? It's a nightmare. Remember? How is it possible that I got 3 of these? Some of you know the answer. One of these is fake. That's right. And there's only one ghost in the whole game that gives fake evidence. It's the mimic. So that's why I went to media and I said, am I sure I got ghost orbs? I did. Okay. I also have a fingerprint for UV and I have freezing. Like, in my media alone, I have 3 pieces of evidence, right? But that's impossible. Because it's a nightmare. This is the tell of a mimic. Now, if we had all evidence in the game, then you would get 4 pieces of evidence. And that's what, you know, that should throw you off. But yeah, and for me, Hantu is always one of those that anytime it is a Hantu, I'm like, let me make sure it's not a mimic. So what's really happening in this moment is because we're on Nightmare, the mimic would be Spirit Box. But there's no Spirit Box because we're on Nightmare, right? So we're getting these 2. But the mimic, if it's ever the mimic, it has to make orbs as its fake ability. It's ability, it's not evidence. It's the ability of the mimic to make orbs. It also copies other things and does what other ghosts do to mimic them, but its tell always is ghost orbs. Even on a no evidence run, it will still produce ghost orbs. So, when you have 3 pieces of evidence and a 2 evidence run, and ghost orbs is one of them, which it's going to be, we have a mimic, ladies and gentlemen. We have a mimic. Now, notice how fast those things happened. What? What happened to that door? It broke. Just be aware we had that candle blow out, and then suddenly the scream, and then that. Not the scream, the singing. See how 2 things happened at one time? EMF 5. From what we have left, a Dayan, a spirit, and a twins. A twins is essentially 2 ghosts, and it does things quickly, like back to back. So like you might get an object thrown and a door open really close to the same exact time. Where normally a ghost will do one thing and then another and then another, it will be kind of it will be spread out in how often it does it. But twins kind of do them back to back because they're twin ghosts, right? So the key to this is we're going to do a hunt. If it starts to hunt a little faster or a little slower and it stays that speed the whole time without line of sight speed up, it's a twins. If it starts slower and then I move and then it moves faster, it's a Dayan. So we're going to know this by a hunt. That's why I'm bringing smudges. We just really want to get a hunt now. Here we go. Faster than normal. For no reason. Hear the cadence? It's fast. See? Something got thrown, door got opened, and that... Oh, here we go. Slower. Hear that? Slower ghost. Totally a twins, y'all. Did you hear that window knock? Nothing. Okay. This is very interesting. Still no salt hit. Yep. Oh, did you see it? It just did it. Yes. Dots. There it is. See, it's moving. It's crawling right here across the salt, and it's not hitting it. Okay, guys. This is one of the easiest ghosts to spot and tell which one it is, because it's the only ghost in the game that can walk over salt like this and never hit it. Now, a Gallu is similar, but it will hit the first salt always and just won't hit the next salt. but it's not hit a single salt. Look, 1, 2, 3. We don't even have to do anything else. We know. And we got the dots ghosts, and everything makes sense, right? Look. We go to evidence. We got dots. Wraith is on the table. And even if we had no evidence, if you see a ghost walk right over the dots, if you see a ghost walk right over the salt and not hit it, not hit a single one. Again, Gallu it won't hit the next one, but it'll hit the first one. But if it won't hit any of your salts, and you know the ghost walked right over it, it's hands down a Wraith. Alright. Oh my god. Oh, that's a jump scare. Holy smokes. Dude's got red eyes. Not a Kormos. I couldn't get the radio. Couldn't get it to pop on the radio, you know? Yokai Mare. I'm leaning Yokai right now. Once this door closes, it's on. So with Yokai, the test is that you have to use your global mic input. Here we go. And try to signal the ghost where you are. Now if it comes at me, see that, y'all? It's not coming at me. I clicked it and you heard its feedback. This is a Yokai. 100%. If you ever do that and you hear that shh back to you, that means the ghost is listening. And it didn't come back to me. Wow. That was great. That was a great Yokai test. Perfect. Alright folks, we are Yurei hunting today because over the last month we have not we've not successfully captured the Yurei ability. If we all know, the Yurei is broken, but I was really hoping with all the videos that I made over the last month we would get it, and we still haven't got it. So I changed it to professional, so now we can see the whole board and everything, and we're just going to go in, identify that if we have a Yurei or not, and then we're going to spend all of our time trying to get the ability to happen. Fingers crossed, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but I'm really going to try to get this for y'all, and you know, hopefully we can get it to work one time. Oh. Okay. Now look, folks. We have a Yurei. So we are here just to watch it close a door and possibly do the Yurei ability. So we're listening for doors. We want doors to be open. Look. Okay. So that looked like a normal door closing, right? That was not the Yurei ability. So you see how it closed and then it made the sound after 2 seconds later? What's supposed to happen is it's supposed to close, not make a sound, and then make the sound 2 seconds later. That's how it's broken right now. I'm going to sit here for a while just so we get... Oh. Again, normal door close, right? Normal door close. Alright, folks. We've tried for 34 minutes to get the Yurei ability to show up properly. So what the Yurei ability is when it closes the door, it will not make a sound when it closes the door, like the actual door kakunk, you know, kind of thing. And then 2 seconds later, it'll make the sound. So if you look back through this video, there are 2 times that it does this, but it makes the sound of the closing and then does a second thunk afterwards. It's not supposed to make that initial sound. And so when you see it visually, you're like, you see a door close, but you don't hear it. And you're like, what? And then it goes kakunk, and you're like, oh, that was delayed. That's a Yurei. But you can see it's just broken right now. Kinetic knows it, and I was just really hoping, you know, if we spent some time here, we used all of our sanity meds. Like, I was really hoping we could get a, it would work. But anyways, all right, let's get out of here. We picked Yurei, right? Yeah, let's go.
Welcome back.
All right.
Like for bed.
Well, you at least got to see how broken it is. Right now, there's just no way to know if you have a Yurei. You essentially have to eliminate all the other ghosts. Like if you're on 2 evidence or 1 evidence or no evidence, you have to eliminate the other ghosts and say, I must have a Yurei, because it just doesn't give you the ability to verify you have one. In this case, we were playing professional just to make sure that we could identify that it is a Yurei, and we did. And 35 minutes later, we still couldn't get the Yurei ability to work properly. So, hey, thanks for being here for this. At least you got to see it with me. And you know what? We have 1 ghost left. We're all done. So thanks for being on this journey with me. We'll see you later.